Hello grade 12s. In this lesson, we will look at different ways of determining possible outcomes for compound events. More specifically, we'll look at tree diagrams and two-way tables. Let's define compound events before we tackle an example. Compound events are when two or more events happen together. For example, getting 3 of a specific symbol with a slot machine are compound events because each symbol is its own event. Each 7 that appears is a separate event. 3 sevens results in a win. There are 3 images on each wheel that spins in the slot machine. We can use a tree diagram to determine how many possible outcomes there are and what your chance of winning is. The first branch of the tree diagram shows the first 3 possible outcomes: the bell, the 7 and the money. The second set of the branch shows 9 possible outcomes. Each outcome from the first branch has 3 further possible outcomes: the double bar, the 7 and the diamond. Following this pattern, can you determine the total number of possible outcomes if we draw the third branch including the cherry, the 7 and the single bar? There are 27 possible outcomes in total, but only one of these outcomes results in a 777. Probability is the number of desired outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. This equals 1 over 27. The probability of winning on this slot machine is very low. We can also use a two-way table to determine the number of outcomes. Let's look at an example of one. When a blood test for drugs is done, there are 2 options, positive and negative. To eliminate false positive or false negative results, the tests are done twice. The two-way table will have a positive and negative result in the top row and positive and negative result in the first column. We would then complete the table using all the options in the table. It will be PP and PN in the second row and NP and NN in the third row, which means that there are 4 possible outcomes. We cannot use the probability formula to calculate the probability of getting 2 negatives in a row, as these events are dependent and not equally likely. The results will depend on whether or not the person had drugs in their system and how accurate the tests are. That brings us to the end of this lesson. Thank you for joining us, grade 12s. Remember to try the task video at the end of this series. You'll also be able to learn more about probability on our website www.mindset.co.za/learn. Goodbye!